Think you know everything about the service lifecycle? Today, we're putting that to the test. This is a 10-question fact or fiction challenge. I'll give you a statement. You decide, is it fact or fiction? Keep track of your score. No Googling. Let's begin. Question 1. Every professional service follows a life cycle from onboarding to completion. Fact, most professional services operate within a structured life cycle. This usually includes phases such as discovery, onboarding, delivery, monitoring, completion, or renewal. This life cycle approach helps organizations deliver services consistently and predictably. Without it, services become chaotic, inefficient, and difficult to scale. Question 2. The service life cycle begins when a contract is signed. The answer is fiction. It may seem logical, but the service lifecycle actually begins before the contract is signed. Critical early stages include needs assessment, solution design, vendor evaluation, proposal development. These phases determine whether a service will succeed. In reality, the contract is simply the formal start of execution, not the beginning of the lifecycle. Question 3. Service onboarding is one of the most critical stages of the service lifecycle. The answer is fact. Onboarding establishes the foundation of the entire service relationship. During onboarding, organizations define roles and responsibilities, communication channels, service expectations, performance metrics. Poor onboarding often leads to misunderstandings, delays, and operational problems later. In many industries, onboarding quality directly affects long-term service success. Question 4. Once a service is operational, monitoring is optional. The answer is fiction. Monitoring is essential throughout the service lifecycle. Organizations rely on monitoring to evaluate performance, compliance, risk exposure, operational quality. In regulated industries such as finance or healthcare, continuous monitoring is mandatory. Without monitoring, problems often remain invisible until they become serious. Question 5. Service lifecycle management helps reduce operational risk. The answer is fact. Lifecycle management introduces structure. This includes standardized processes, documentation, checkpoints, accountability. These controls reduce operational errors and improve service quality. Organizations that actively manage service lifecycles typically experience fewer operational disruptions. You're halfway through. How many have you gotten right so far? If you're at 5 out of 5, impressive. Most people miss at least 2 by this point. Let's see how you finish. Question 6. The service lifecycle ends when the initial project is complete. The answer is fiction. In most cases, services don't end after the first delivery. Instead, they continue into phases like maintenance, support, optimization, renewal, or expansion. The life cycle often evolves into a long-term service relationship. Completion is often just the beginning of the next phase. Question 7. Only the service provider benefits from a complete service life cycle. The answer is fiction. A structured life cycle benefits both sides. Service providers gain efficiency, scalability, operational control. Clients gain reliability, transparency, consistent outcomes. A strong life cycle improves trust and collaboration between both parties. Question 8. Effective service completion eliminates the need for monitoring. The answer is fiction. Even after a service is delivered, monitoring remains important. Organizations still need to evaluate performance outcomes, long-term results, service quality. Monitoring ensures the service continues to deliver value. Without it, problems can go unnoticed until they become costly. Question 9. Handling the service lifecycle requires rigid steps without flexibility. The answer is fiction. While service lifecycles provide structure, they must also remain flexible. Different services require different approaches. For example, consulting projects, IT services, logistics operations, each may adapt the lifecycle to fit specific needs. Successful organizations combine structure with adaptability. Question 10. A successful service lifecycle involves continual improvement. The answer is fact. This is true because a strong service lifecycle doesn't stop once a service is delivered. Successful organizations constantly analyze performance, learn from outcomes, and improve their processes over time. This can include things like refining workflows, improving service quality, adopting new technologies, responding to client feedback. Many modern service frameworks, including IT service management and operational governance models, are built around the idea of continuous improvement cycles. In other words, services should evolve rather than remain static. Organizations that regularly improve their service lifecycle tend to deliver better results, stronger reliability, and greater long-term value for their clients. So, what was your final score? Comment your result below. If you scored 8 or higher, you know your stuff. If not, now you're smarter than before. Like and subscribe for next week's challenge, because knowledge isn't about what you assume, it's about what you can prove. And if you want to learn more about how services really work behind the scenes, visit Servicingpedia, the world of services explained.